Now, you spoke on being a jack boy, what, in your teens?
Yeah, young as hell. I used to be young as hell in your shit, in your house, your business, in there. Like this for real. Oh, you don't think it's for real? Oh, you think it's real now? No, I ain't proud of that though, but shit, that's what it was. Like a lot of niggas good at different things. Man, I was good at being fearless in those situations. Like I used to try to roll and I used to be fucking up most of the time. I was just better at taking some shit. You feel me?
Right. And you had OGs around you who were like putting you to work. Like you had to put in work to get what, like, was it for money? Was it for respect at the time? Or
It used to be for like both, for money and respect. So like a lot of times you just a young guy like who don't really have no guidance, you want to be like a part of something. So for somebody to take you in and be like I got you, you part of this, sometimes that just be enough.
when did you transition? Did something crazy have to happen, or was it just like, all right, I got to get this shit up?
Not like I used to be I was with this group called Made West. And these boys from Joy Road who like when I was younger, I used to see them. They was more. I'm from West Warren. You know what I'm saying? My hood was more into jacking and stealing cars. The Joy Road boys, they wasn't no hoes and they was getting money. They was more hustlers. They was like driving new cars and stuff like that. So I always used to see them a lot. And one of my OGs used to be a OG in their hood. And we started talking about doing music, but I ain't never take them seriously because they was so much into hustling and shit. And one time I had got locked up, and my boy Twan, I knew he used to always, he had money and shit, and I got his number and I called him on three-way from jail. I had my girl calling. I'm like, bro, you still want to do that album? You help me get out of jail. We're gonna go straight in the studio. We're gonna do that album, and he helped me get out. And we got right in the studio and did an album, which is still like a classic in the streets to this day.
That's crazy. And it's like you use the leverage of you making beats to get out of
Hey,
jail.
listen, beats. I done use that leverage for everything in life. You hear me? Beats to keep you safe. Like, he good. He making beats. We don't want no smoke, Will. He all right.
Did you ever have any life-threatening situations jacking people? Because you know Detroit's crazy as fuck.
Yeah. One time when I was younger, we had ran up in like a McDonald's, just randomly sticking up a McDonald's, and it was an undercover officer in that bitch. And I had let my man use my gun, and I was like collecting the money out of the registers and shit. And it was somebody in the lobby, like a regular customer, but I could tell like it was something different about him because he just like wasn't scared. He was mugging me. He was about to stand up, and I'm like, dog, sit your ass down. This shit about to be over with. Like, why you worried about their money? Man, as soon as we leave out the door, that motherfucker come out the door blowing at us. I'm talking about he shot every window out the car. He shot the driver in the arm. My nigga literally had to start blowing back at him for him to stop shooting at us. We jumped on the freeway with no windows. It's cold. I'm like, we going to jail. We going to fucking jail.
Y'all get away?
Yeah, we got away. And then when we got back, my man who had got shot, he was all crying and shit, talking about he glad his grandma ain't allowed to see this. And then my boy like, nigga, man, shut your bitch ass. took his cut of the money. Took his cut of the money and everything. Just completely hold him.
You know, looking back now, was it worth it?
Hell no.
The little licks and shit like that, stealing TVs and jewelry and cars. Was it life-changing money? Was it worth it?
Nah, hell no. Nah. I get busy for anything. Like it ain't even have to be much money. I just get busy. You feel me? But it definitely wasn't worth it. A couple of times I done been involved with a couple of nice licks, but just looking back on it, it ain't even worth it at all. But you know, God, everything happened for a reason, you know. So you just use your life experiences to make yourself better. Now I like despise like taking anything that's not yours. You know what I'm saying? That was like a real like early part of my life. Like early teens, early 20s. Like after that, like I would never take anything from anybody. If somebody drops some money on the ground, I'm gonna pick it up and give it to them.
Man, the transition is definitely beautiful, man. Because you know it's a lot of kids who are going to watch this interview that are jack boys right now, and they feel like that's their only way out. You know, what advice would you give to them?
Man, I see more like in Detroit, I see more like entrepreneurs now than I see anything. It's always a hustle or something that you could do. Don't get out here and risk your life or risk taking your stuff away from your parents or your kids and your family. It's just absolutely not worth it.
Straight up.